What's good? This is Marcus Fingaz, Dafingaz. I am a music composer and producer, diving in on sync and trailer music. Today, you are watching the Syncrets To Success podcast. We are on day 6. We're going to dive into the art of pitching our music for sync. We will explore effective strategies that will help us showcase our music to sync agencies, music supervisors, and production companies with confidence. So you want to craft a compelling pitch strategy that is the first step towards catching the attention of potential clients. You want to start by curating a well-organized portfolio of your best sync-friendly compositions. Your portfolio should showcase your versatility, highlighting various genres and moods to cater to a wide range of sync opportunities. The great platform that I talked about yesterday, Disco, Disco, it allows you to create EPKs for playlists. So you can create a playlist in Disco and you can share your EPK with these music libraries. What I'll do is in the description, I will share my trailer EPK that I share with libraries. That has gotten me signed to about 6 or 7 trailer music libraries because they go through, they see that I have categories, I have trailerizations, I have hip hop trailers, and then I have some original like cinematic trailer ideas in there. So it's a versatility in there. And I've gotten signed to many libraries just by sharing that link to these libraries. So I will include that below so that you have a reference of what you can send to some libraries. So to pitch your music effectively, you must understand the preferences and needs of music supervisors and production companies. You want to take the time to research their previous work, their sync placements, if they have websites, social media. I like to work with libraries and agents that have placements at least within the last a year, 6 months to a year. Anything older, I don't know if they're active in the space or maybe they're working on a big deal, but it's not announced yet. But I like to work with people who are actively working. And usually I go with 6 months because, those are people who are actively working currently. This knowledge will give you insights into the types of music that they typically license and the projects they are currently working on. You also want to tailor your pitches for specific sync opportunities. So sometimes you might get a brief that is a specific opportunity and you want to tailor your brief, your submission for that, your pitch, whether it's a new song that you create with an artist or collaborate, or a song that you create on your own for a specific brief, or if it's a song you have in your catalog, just make sure that it matches what the client is looking for. You want to avoid sending generic emails out with a long list of tracks. Instead, select the most relevant compositions from your portfolio that align with the specific needs and the mood of the project or the library. Show that you've done your homework and that your music is the perfect fit for their vision. When you're just reaching out to libraries specifically, a lot of times they have on their website, here's how you submit music. Submit only 3 tracks, submit 4 tracks. They might tell you a limit. I usually don't submit more than 4. If I am submitting to like a trailer company, I do submit that trailer playlist that I shared earlier. So your pitch email or package should be professional and engaging. It should be concise, should be well written. Again, you can use platforms like AI, ChatGPT, Bard, Perplexity, and it should have a clear subject line that will make your email stand out in a busy inbox. So if you say, loved your work on whatever show they worked on, here's some more ideas for you, or something like that, that might stand out as opposed to here's my music, check it out. So consider including a brief description of each track and then highlighting key elements that make them suitable for sync placements. The other thing, when we haven't talked about it yet, but exclusivity versus non-exclusivity. When you're sending tracks to a library, and if they are an exclusive library, and they are interested in signing your tracks, make sure your tracks are available for them. So if they are assigned to another library, sometimes you don't want to be the person saying, no, that's not for you. Someone else signed it. Sometimes you have to if it is, but if that's the case, especially if you're sending multiple pitches out across a week or something like that. When following up on pitches, be mindful of the do's and don'ts. So do send a polite and friendly follow-up email to show your continued interest. Usually 2 weeks, maybe a month. A lot of these companies are so busy. I sent out last year, I reached out to a bunch of trailer companies, let's say maybe 50 or so trailer companies within a span of 2 or 3 weeks. And I didn't hear back from them for probably most of them. I didn't hear back for, I sent an email maybe let's say June, July. I didn't hear back from some of them until around the holidays when they got to clearing out their inboxes. So you're talking 4 or 5 months in some cases. They might not respond, but continue, pitching your thing because some might respond in a couple weeks, some might respond, next day. So you never know. So just make sure you send a polite follow-up to show your continued interest. Be patient. The process of selecting music for sync can take time. waited. I have projects I just announced yesterday on social media. I have projects that I worked on a year ago. I have about 5 albums that are out there that haven't been published yet, that I put out over, some of them are about a year old. 2 or 3 of them are a year old. And you just don't know. Companies take their time at doing things. So it's a patience game. There are some last minute opportunities, but it's definitely a patience game when getting in. And then don't bombard music supervisors or sync libraries or sync agents with constant follow-ups or become pushy, as this can be counterproductive. So I might do my first follow-up, 2 or 3 weeks after the initial call if I haven't heard from them. And then I would say every 3 weeks, maybe a month or so after that, just follow up monthly on a monthly basis, or every 3 weeks. But you don't want to be too pushy, but also out of sight, out of mind. So you want to just make sure you keep following up. You want to build and maintain relationships, because that is key in sync licensing industry. A lot of these opportunities are from building relationships, from meeting your libraries that you're working with or the agents, meeting up with them on a Zoom or in person, grabbing a cup of coffee, having lunch, having dinner. You want to cultivate a professional and respectful approach in all your interactions. You want to be attentive to feedback and requests from music supervisors or production companies. You want to foster a reputation for reliability and being easy to work with, which will make them more likely to consider your music for future projects. Because as we all know, music supervisors, music production companies, they're not just working on one project. They already have probably the next 3 or 4 projects slated to work on. They might be working concurrently on multiple projects. Most music supervisors are working on at least 5 or 6 projects at a time. So getting it right on one project can lead to multiple opportunities in the future. So as we continue to embark on our pitching journey, remember to be strategic, informed, personable in our approach. We also have to have the power to showcase our creativity and expertise in sync licensing. Again, as I mentioned, disco is a great way to showcase your music, and it's also a great way to say, hey, I know about sync licensing because I'm using disco. So that wraps up day 6 of Syncrets to Success, the podcast, your guide to mastering sync licensing. Tomorrow on day 7, 1 week in already, we will dive into the art of negotiating sync deals a little bit. I'm not a lawyer, consult legal advice, but we'll talk about a little bit some key terms that you should be looking out for in sync deals. So get ready to discover or unveil the intricacies of agreements, fees, protecting your rights in the sync licensing process. This is Fingaz, Dafingaz. If you haven't joined the Syncrets to Success Facebook group on Facebook to learn more about sync, to join a great community of sync-minded people, and there are some libraries there. So join, introduce yourself, add your information to the directory, so that when people in the community are searching for collaborators, they can search for your name and whatever talent you have in the directory. So join the Syncrets to Success, and then I will see you on day 7, Syncrets to Success podcast. Be safe and be well, everyone. All right. Peace.